chosen, angelic like Moses when he appeared with the Torah. Explore the book like Dora.
This brother here from the tribe of Judah, I'm telling them that Christ, if he was walking on the earth right now, would look like him.
I know that. What the brother said, what the author said is straight to the 100% point. Let me show you this. Give me the picture. Come closer, brother. Let me talk to you. Come closer. What's your name? My name is Medatives.
All right, my government name is Chris.
Chris. So why you say your government name is Chris? You said something that just something came to my mind right now. Why you saying your government name is Chris? Why are you saying that?
It was passed down, you know. I mean, that tradition, you know, American name is passed down.
I'm happy that you said that. Give me Isaiah 44 verse 4, I believe. But verse 5, we'll come back to the question that the officer just said, that Christ looked like you. With a beard, with a skin color and everything. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 44 and verse 5. One shall say.
Brother, what's your name? James, Manathias, man. You know what? The joy that I have, you know what joy I have? The joy I always have is when I have the chance to speak to my people when it comes to God's laws. Because I want our people to be the greatest of all nations.
That's right.
That's what I want our people to be. So I find joy when our brothers stop to listen to us, to just dialogue, so that we can speak according to God's laws, not our feelings. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse 5. One shall say, I am the Lord's.
So a time will come, James, you will say that you are of the Lord. And a time will come, brother. What's your name again, brother?
Chris.
Chris, brother Chris. A time will come, Chris. You say that you are of the Lord. Read.
And another shall call himself by the name of Jacob.
You will change your name from the government name to call yourself Israel. Why? Because you are the sons and daughters of what? Israel, of Jacob. We are not called Johnson, Robinson. That's a slave name.
Yep.
So before the white man called us those names, what was our name before that? We had a God-given name, but the white man changed our name and gave us those names. So the Bible says a time will come that we will call ourselves what? Israel. Why? Because we will come back to God's laws and change our mindset. Now your question, what the officer said that Christ looked like you, right? If you're walking right now, raise this up for me, please. Do you know what color is Christ, James? The color of Christ.
Brown.
Brown man. Chris, you know, but James, do you know that? Do you know that Christ is a dark-skinned man?
Yeah.
Do you know that Christ is a dark-skinned man?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay, let me ask you this. How did Christ die? Did he die like how a black man died, or how other nation men would die? How?
He died like a black man.
A black man.
That's
Other
right.
nations cannot die. How Christ died? The white man cannot die like that.
No.
The Chinese man cannot die like that. Only the black man died like that.
Bring it
That
up.
shows you that Christ is a dark-skinned man from the beginning, how he died and how he was tortured. Only we are the nation that tortured and died like Christ, not the other nations. Now let's see why in the Bible said that Christ is a dark-skinned man. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So James, Chris, I know you know Christ is a dark-skinned man, but James may not know because James is not sure. This is where you can go to prove in the Bible that Christ is a dark-skinned man, James. Read.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Jump to the point.
Verse 14. His head and his ears were white like wool.
So the Bible is saying that Christ has woolly hair. Which nation of people has woolly hair? Who has the definition? I believe you have the book, right? Give me the book of the definition of woolly. Give me that book. Oh, you got that? All right, so woolly means kinky hair or sheep hair. Which nation of people has kinky or sheep hair?
Israel.
We do, not the white man, not the Chinese, not the Arabs. We have the woolly hair.
That's right.
Read.
As white as snow.
Why is it white? Because James, if you have your hair grow, we'll tell what gray. Christ has a gray hair. That's what it means by white as snow. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
It says that Christ has eyes were red as a flame of fire. Why? James, did Christ drink wine? Did he drink wine? Yeah. James like, wait, what? Is that a tricky question? Did Christ drink wine?
Yeah.
You sure?
Did he drink wine?
Yeah, James is not sure. Did Christ drink wine, James? If you're not sure, you're not sure.
I'm not sure.
Okay, what about you, Chris?
Yeah, I think he did.
He did, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Let's read that. Matthew chapter 11, verse 19. So James, Christ drank wine. What was his first miracle?
His first miracle.
Yes. He turned water.
Yeah, he walked over what? Walked
Turned
over water.
into what?
Turn water into wine.
Ah, you see that? So if someone doesn't drink, what would he make another people drink?
Huh?
If Christ did not drink, why did he have to turn water into wine for other people to drink? That's evil.
Yeah.
Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 19. The Son of Man came eating
James,
and drinking.
who's the Son of Man? Yeah, who's the Son of Man in the Bible? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, the Son of Man.
The book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 19. The Son of Man came eating and drinking. And they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber.
The Bible, they call Christ a wine bibber. Why? Because he drank wine in moderation. That's why his eyes turned into wine, red. Because when you drink wine, what color does your eye turn to? Red.
Bring it
Go back
out.
to Revelation.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 15. And his feet like unto...
Now, no, even though you have sneakers on, but I can see that your foot, right? I think it's your leg. I can see the color of your leg. It is the same color of the rest of your body. It's the same color, right? Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
James, what color is brass? Brass.
Grass.
No, brass.
Grass.
Yeah. What color is it?
Brownish.
Brownish, very good. So he said that his skin color is like brownish, right? Like your skin color, like my skin, your skin color, Chris. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
If you burn the brownish in the furnace, in the fire, what color will they turn, James?
Black.
Chris.
Brown. Black.
Black.
Yeah.
You see, like if you look at so-called blacks people, we are different shade of what? Of black. Some are brown skin, some are darker skin. Like if you look at me, I'm darker. Christ was a very dark-skinned man.
That's right.
Do you know why the color of Christ is important, James? Do you know why the color of Christ is very important? Do you know why it's important to know the color of Christ, Grace?
Because we're us. He came from. We're of him. He's not no blue eyes, blonde hair.
Very good. And what else?
He's from Israel.
From Israel. Okay, what else, James? Why is it important to know that Christ is a dark-skinned man? Because I bet you many of our brothers and sisters say, oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they will say, right?
Yeah,
so what's the importance of us knowing that Christ is a dark-skinned man?
He wasn't a white man.
He wasn't a white man, but what's the importance of it, James? To know that Christ is a dark-skinned man. How?
Was it important?
Yeah.
Well, we're all one. I mean, us. He came from us. We came from him. We came from him.
So the reason why it's very important to know who Christ is number one, we know who our God is.
Yeah.
Because if you know who your God is, you know what your God is expecting you to do.
Yeah.
And what do God expect us to do? Do you know?
The right thing.
The right thing.
Yeah.
Very good. Read that Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12. So James, the reason why it's very important for us to know the color of Christ is because number one, as I said, we will know who our God is. And we would know what to do to please our God. Remember, we have had this, you can put it down, soldier. We have had this image in our mind for so many years, generations after generation. And guess what? We are doing the things of this God. This God is saying, this God teaches us that it's okay for a man and a man to sleep together. Because we believe in this God.
Yeah.
That's what, right? Because right now in society, they say that it's okay for a man and a man to sleep together. Who taught us that? This God. This Christ does not teach us that a man and another man should sleep together. So that's why it's very important for us to know who our God is, so that we will know the things that we have to do to please Him. Right? Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So James, now that we know that Christ is a dark-skinned man, God is a dark-skinned man, He requires something of us. He requires something from us. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
It says that we have to fear our God. Because, for example, James, right now if I say that I fear you, what would be the reason why, Chris, I would say that I fear James? Why?
Why you fear James?
Yeah, why?
You don't know him. You don't know him.
Okay, what else? Let's say if I know him.
If you know him,
Yeah.
I hope not, because he's black. I don't know why would you fear him.
Okay, for example, in the neighborhoods, right? Why there are certain people that we fear them? Why? Because you know what they can do to you.
Yeah.
So that's why we have to fear God. Mr. James is like, yo, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have to fear God, because we have to know what he can do to us. Read.
To fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep his commandments.
This is what God required of us, that we have to keep his commandments. That's what this God does give man, Jesus Christ, and his Father does give man required of us. That we have to do his commandments. That's all we have to do. We don't have to put clothes on our necks. We don't have to sag our pants. We don't have to go and buy Gucci clothes to say that we love God. No. He says that keep my commandments.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.